Welcome to From Russia with Love. I'm your host, Minnie Dlamini Jones, and we're still in the beautiful St. Petersburg. So much history, so much beauty, and of course we decided to go a little sightseeing with a twist. Take a look at this. What's up, guys? Now, one of my favorite things to do when I get into a brand new city is to go on a city sightseeing tour. Now, we decided to change things up a little bit because tired of the same old city bus, so we decided to go by cruise. So this is St. Petersburg by sea. In St. Petersburg, a cruise is recommended for tourists who want to explore this beautiful city, as it helps to quickly familiarize yourself with other must-see attractions. The cruise I took was fully booked with tourists from a plethora of nationalities, and I got the chance to chat and share the experience with some of them.
I think I would recommend, if you want to hear a comprehensive story of St. Petersburg without going into much details, so you can experience everything later, the things that call your attention a little bit more. I think the cruise is a good experience in the first day.
Just a different perspective. As in life, everything is good if you take a different perspective. There's a Hermitage, for example. We can see it from the Palace Square versus from the river or the canal. So just different ways of looking at things.
So one thing that I learned is that there's a small island right there, and apparently is what St. Peter the Great, which was one of the Tsars here in Russia, and he created a lot of things here in the 1700s. And actually here in St. Petersburg, around here, there are many palaces. Apparently every king, when they succeeded to another king, they decided to build another palace. And also there are many churches here that they whenever they wanted to celebrate something, someone's death or someone's birth, they created another church. And so every place you see, every building is actually a lot of history. They have a lot of different stories to tell. And yeah, basically that's it. Yeah, I learned too much about history actually.
Although the FIFA World Cup is responsible for the influx of tourists, most who came for the football have discovered a vibrant, safe and embracing country in Russia. For many, the experience has proven pleasantly surprising.
I think the beauty of any World Cup is that you can travel to different cities and see them, understand the culture, the people, the food, and that to me has always been an amazing part of the World Cup. This one in Russia, I guess the biggest challenge, of course, is finding English-speaking people. However, sign language, Google Translate always is an amazing thing. We've just had a lot of fun here. People have been extremely friendly. I just can't help but think that it's been an amazing, warm, great visit for us.
Well, actually, that's a funny story because I came to St. Petersburg not because of the World Cup. I came here just as a tourist, but when we were sightseeing here, I noticed that people were very excited about the World Cup, and actually that made us more excited. So we went yesterday to the Church of Spilled Blood, and we actually became more interested in seeing the festival that's about the World Cup there, and now we're planning to watch some games there.
Peter the Great founded St. Petersburg in 1703 and declared it the capital in 1712. The Tsar was instrumental in its development, and his influence resulted in one of the most beautiful cities in Russia. The cruise goes along the Neva River, where most of the early historical events of St. Petersburg took place. With so much to see, the cruise was a hit with everyone on board.
It was amazing. I mean, we could see it all through the seas. We didn't have to see the traffic, and it was really great.
Oh, it was amazing because we saw a lot of different spots along the canal. We also met tons of different people from across the globe, a couple from Australia and their two sons, just sightseeing, seeing the different historical sites, I think was particularly interesting for us.
Actually, I noticed that St. Petersburg, everything surrounds the river, so when we were in the cruise, we could see everything at the same time, and we could experience the wind and the float of the water. It was really amazing.
We've reached our end of the tour. It was absolutely amazing. And of course, the St. Petersburg buildings are completely breathtaking. What a way to experience the city on the water as the breeze is flowing through my hair. St. Petersburg, top 2 and not 2.
After starting his art collection in 1850, Pavel Tretyakov established an art gallery in 1856, which has subsequently expanded into 3 separate buildings around Moscow. We decided to visit the new Tretyakov Gallery of Modern and Contemporary Art on Kremsky Val Street, which houses a permanent exhibition of 20th century art in all its diversity.
Tretyakov's gallery is one of the most nicest and biggest art museum of Russian art in our country. It was established by Mecenas Pavel Tretyakov in 1856, when Pavel Tretyakov bought his first painting. From then on, the gallery expanded rapidly, so as in the end of 19th century, the gallery was open for visitors. And as time passed by, the gallery expanded more, and now the gallery is split into 3 different buildings. We are currently in the part which exhibits 20th century art.
Мы находимся, так сказать, в одном из них, где представлено искусство 20 века.
With football being the talk of the city in Moscow, it was natural for the new Tretyakov Gallery to get in on the action, choosing to join the conversation in the best way they know how.
During this time of the World Cup, the most popular topic is sport. So here in the halls of the museum, visitors may observe an exhibition dedicated to sport, which is called Football and More. It is called that because the exhibition represents not only football players, but also different Russian athletes and different types of sports.
Здесь представлены спортсмены, занимающиеся самыми разными видами спорта.
And no, these art appreciators are not engaging with their phones in the gallery. They're actually using a device called an audio guide, which assists them by being able to dial a number dedicated to a piece of art. This then gives them access to audio or sign language, which describes everything about the piece in a language of their choice. We spoke to some of the tourists and locals to get their perspective on the Tretyakov Gallery.
I think in this gallery you can get closer to Russian culture because you know how Russian people think. By these things, you can know what the artists think about Russia years ago.
Yeah, learning about the culture is an important part of our trip because it's wonderful to get to know the history and the traditions and the way of thinking of people, and artists in general are the ones that reflect the minds and the hearts of people during the years that they were born and they were living and what they were living through. And that's what I've been learning from this gallery, because you get to know from the socialist revolution, the realism, and you get to see before that how they were thinking and what they were thinking. And for me, it's been very enlightening to see how they were set their minds in a transition to a better world, and that's something that I've been seeing in the pictures that I just watched.
Speaking about this gallery, I must say that it's the second part of the Tretyakov Gallery in our country, and it's really as important as the first one. Here is the modern art, and in those galleries the art is not as contemporary as here, but modern art for me is more interesting. So I'd like to learn something new.
I like the different approaches than the traditional art, and I like the different ways in art. I especially like abstract art, which does not necessarily have the same meaning for everybody, but which you can look at and see something for yourself and immerse in the picture.
And of course, art is all about sharing. And the FIFA World Cup has created an opportunity to reach a far wider audience.
Well, it's a perfect place to come and visit for tourists and for people all over the world. Moscow is a place that I would recommend to anybody in the world, and clearly people have come from everywhere, and that's a part of the aspects of our trip that we've been enjoying, that people from all over the world, from different countries, come here and join together, and they do so not only in the streets and in the stadiums, but also in the museums, and from all ages, women, men, and they all enjoy the same things and the same culture, and I think that everybody would love to come in. This is a world-class museum, and I would recommend it very much.
Hi, I'm Damon Lavelle. I'm the architect of Fish Stadium here in Sochi. I think one of the most successful parts of the design is this wonderful roof, which is one of the largest single-span structures for any stadium in the world. Instantly, people recognize it in connection with the name of the stadium, which is Fish Mountain. Just like Fish Mountain, which has a similar shape. The stadium is right on the sea, so the seats mimic the sea, mimic the Black Sea specifically. The dark colour is at the top and the light colour is at the bottom, which is kind of the reverse of what you see normally. And that's a specific thing about the Black Sea, is that it is very, very dark in the distance and very, very light here in Sochi. Obviously the World Cup is a standout event, and the legacy is going to be for this region, for the whole of Russia, is going to be amazing. But to have that multifunctional capability in the stadium, to keep it alive, to keep it in use, that's at the heart of how we designed the stadium.
Damon was also heavily involved in designing the equally impressive Kazan arena.
The reason the site was eventually chosen was available, was it was on the River Meadow, and it was very difficult to build on. So I was very deeply inspired by that, and the idea of the stadium floating in the River Meadow took on the form of a water lily, transformed obviously in different ways architecturally.
As an Australian, Damon would also have the opportunity to watch his home nation in action in Kazan and sample firsthand World Cup fans enjoying the atmosphere in one of his creations.
For me, it's a great feeling to be back here after almost 10 years working on the project. It's going to be a great day, and I'm really hoping that my country, Australia, is going to do something special today. Come on, Australia! You know what, I normally don't get emotional at all, but today, being here with so many fans enjoying themselves in the stadium that we worked so hard to get up and running, it's pretty emotional. It's the first World Cup game in the stadium, and it's passed the test. There's 3 more, and I think it's just going to get better and better. So I'm over the moon with it, really. It's been a wonderful day.
Sochi and Kazan are 2 of the 12 breathtaking stadiums for the FIFA World Cup that will leave a lasting legacy in Russia for years to come.
Don't go anywhere. More from Russia with Love when we return. Welcome back to From Russia with Love. Don't forget to use the hashtag From Russia with Love at SuperSport as well as at Mzansi Magic. Now, Tato has been doing her thing in Moscow. Let's see what she's been getting up to.
During the World Cup, the Red Square in Moscow has turned out to be the place to be for all the extramural footballing activities. Fans from across the world are taking each other on some mano-a-mano impromptu footballing games. I'm going to try my hand out at some tag ball. Let's see how Mzansi does this time around.
And this game I've never played before, actually. It's the first time I ever played it. Well, it's apparently a mixture of table tennis and, well, football. The rules, you have basically the rules from table tennis. The ball has to touch the other side one time. It must not touch the ground all the time. And it has to touch the other side only once. And then you have to play it back.
Oh, tap ball is very interesting, especially when they tap the ball. It's the first time watching it, but it's very interesting. I think I should also try it out. Hey? Don't they have it for females as well?
Yeah, it's a beautiful game. We find many good things here. Pictures, photo, players, games, everything is fantastic here.
I've been to a fan zone next to Moscow State University, but they don't have anything like this here. I mean, this is unique. And it's also quite unique that it's here next to the Red Square. Actually, it's on the Red Square, so it's the only one location I know in Moscow so far.
Everything is beautiful. Hey, like we are together. Even me, being a South African, people they can even recognize me from the 2010 FIFA World Cup. So they still coming in for photos and everything, photograph unfortunately. But then just photos is very nice. That photo is very nice.
Russia is very nice, very amazing. We maybe it's this World Cup is the most fantastic World Cup than any World Cup before.
So far I've been to game Belgium, Tunisia, which was ended 5-2, lots of goals, really good game. I like how Belgium played.
Fantastic, organized, everything is fantastic. The weather is very nice, everything is perfect.
I said I was going to try out some tag ball. Never mind that idea. The festival of football certainly does continue here in the Red Square.
My name is Sergey. You're watching From Russia with Love on SuperSport.
You're watching From Russia with Love on SuperSport.
World Cup fever has gripped Russia with an eclectic mix of fans that have travelled from all over the world to be here. The country is radiating a truly diverse and unique energy. With the group stages done and all the apprehension and negativity that tourists expected proving non-existent, Russia has worked her way into the hearts of the world and is now primed to deliver a remarkable second half of the tournament. One of the projects that has contributed to the fanfare and embracing nature of this World Cup is the dedicated giant screen and seating installed at the Galleria Mall in St. Petersburg, which was made available to the public so that locals and tourists alike can stay engaged with all the matches while sharing the shopping experience.
So we have made this project just to make people feel welcome in our city, and also for citizens of the city and for the guests, so they can go shopping but also be aware of what's going on during the most important thing going on in our city right now, which is football, of course.
Judging by the response from the public during the Russia versus Uruguay group stage match, the decision to promote the 2018 FIFA World Cup in this unique way has proven a successful one.
Well, it's been received super well because people are really sitting here and watching it all day long. There are so many games, so many fans. So we welcome here people from all different countries. It's great, being received very great.
For fans that travelled far and wide to experience the FIFA World Cup in Russia, the inclusion of the screens in this very public space has done wonders in promoting unity, friendship and acceptance of all. And what better way to do that than through the beautiful game?
It's really great. It's great, yeah. To watch I can watch it anywhere by online or something, but it's really great to be here, to live the experiment, right? To watch it with the Russians, with the local people. It's really great, yeah. I really like it.
It's a good way of having people together and watch sports. So it's good to have a place to. If you go to a bar, it's something. If you stay at shopping, you can eat and buy something, go bathroom and even watch the game. So it's a good thing.
I'm from Nigeria, and this is the first time I'm seeing a big screen training football at the mall, and it's a very good and nice idea. Yeah, it brings people together, people unique. Everybody here, they are from different countries, yeah, and they're unique together, and there's love everywhere. Football brings everybody together, yeah.
A negative image widely disseminated in the media ahead of the World Cup undoubtedly generated uncertainty for many tourists. But the warm embrace of the people and the boundless beauty of Russia have pleasantly surprised those that made the journey. True testament to the role that football has in promoting a united world.
The best thing, or the best, let's say, image you can have about Russia is when to visit Russia. Really, I have been to so many countries around the world, but for me, the nicest people, really the nicest people. The country itself, it's really beautiful. Everything, the infrastructures, the metros, the buses, you can go anywhere. It's really beautiful. And the best is the people in Russia, yeah?
I think it's wonderful for us. We are so glad that we have so many guests and they can see our country. They can see that nothing scary is going on here. We are very glad to host it here.
What I'm expecting is what I didn't meet what I'm expecting, but they are very, very friendly. I think I would like to come back here again.
As it's my fourth World Cup, I feel like when you receive people from the other place, you feel friendful, you feel joyfully, you feel proud. So thanks to Russia to have us here, because it will be unforgettable.
The Super Eagles may have lost out at the FIFA World Cup, but Nigerians definitely know how to have fun. That's exactly the reason why we are here tonight. They experience the nightlife of St. Petersburg. And Acapella is a well-known Nigerian comedian. And tonight, here in St. Petersburg, he's hosting a comedy show alongside lots of Nigerian music as well. Lots of people up in there waiting for the show to start. So I'm just going to walk in, enjoy all of the excitement that Acapella and his cohorts will bring to us. And I can tell you, it definitely will be rocking and hot as well. So come, join me, huh? The night after a football game is lost, the fans of the losing team usually feel the weight of the world, and reclining in a corner sulking would clearly be understandable to any football fan. Not the Nigerian football fan, though. Losing to Argentina was just another blip, and have chosen to party rather than looking forlorn. Looking to experience the nightlife in St. Petersburg, Nigerian comedian Acapella was eager to provide excitement and laughter, his trademark since 2006. Nigerians in St. Petersburg turned up to drown their sorrows.
Oh yeah, Nigerians are happy people. Nigerians we're quick to move on. That's what everybody knows, right? We're quick to move on. Nigerians are the people who will celebrate in any circumstance. You say Nigerians, so we're more go drink a beg, person no die. You see, say Nigerians, so we're more drink, people will die, and we see their life. You know, we celebrate for any reason. Like when we lost the game, if it were some countries, people will be frowning, people will be carrying faces. But Nigerians are always carrying hopes around. You say Nigerians, I bet more drinking, now people now no qualify.
A night filled with dance, music and laughter all too soon had the daylight of St. Petersburg interrupting, and we had to call it a night.
There's no sleeping in Russia. Russia is 24 hours, right? So Russia is the only place where you sleep in the morning and wake up in the morning, right? I slept around to 12 p.m. and as at 2 a.m. the sun was already on my face. The sunset was there already. I don't think they have a nightlife. They have a 24 hours life. I think there's what they call white night in St. Petersburg. It doesn't get dark because it's always busy, right? And the Russians are for night. Like I just told you, if you have a show for 6 p.m., they start coming by 3 a.m. This is the only place where they go to clubs, they go to parties till 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. No, in Nigeria, you are seen as a lazy Nigerian youth if you try that.
I do sincerely hope that you had fun watching the show. That's exactly what the nightlife is like here in St. Petersburg. It's excitement all over the way, and Nigerians, as always, they love to have fun.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's time to leave St. Petersburg and get myself back to Moscow. Tune in next week, Saturday and Sunday on SuperSport 3 and Mzansi Magic. From myself, Minnie Dlamini Jones, from Russia with Love, do svidaniya.